Hi everyone, this is Jess from the YouTube channel The Scrappy Sisters. So for the months of December and January, I will be joining the Kitaholic Kits design team as a little special guest just for those 2 months to add a few different layouts onto their YouTube channel. So in this particular layout, I am using the main kit and the embellishment kit. So I started off by cutting those strips of the beautiful pink paper into approximately the same size as what the branding strips would be, so about 1.5 centimeters. And then I am just cutting that same size off each of my 12 by 12 paper because I want to add a little border onto this 12 by 12 paper. I'm very carefully counting it out just to make sure I'm doing exactly the right size all the way around. And I'm going to do a little bit of a paper weaving technique on this layout. So I'm just ruling myself a border on the back side of the page, the side you won't see, and I'm just doing it the thickness of my ruler there just for ease. And then I am going to be cutting strips like if you were weaving paper, but just inside that border. And I'll show you what I mean here on the guillotine that I'm using, or the paper slicer that I'm using. So I'm just cutting, so not all the way to the top and not all the way to the bottom, so just inside the square that I ruled out. And again, I'm separating those to be approximately the size of a branding strip. So I counted that out, and it's 4 little notches on the ruler there. So I'm not sure what that is in centimeters, but they're in inches. So 4 of those little inch notches. And so now I've got all these beautiful strips inside my page, but without cutting through the border. So I am now starting to do my weaving technique, and this technique is going to be a little bit like a chevron pattern. So I didn't make this chevron pattern up myself. I googled paper weaving techniques on YouTube images. Oh, sorry, not YouTube images, Google images, and found one that I liked the look of, and then I'm copying the way the paper has to go to get that original idea. And you can see already that I have made a mistake. I do notice. Once you get it started though, it becomes quite simple to keep track of where each paper has to weave. But for the first little bit, for my little brain, I couldn't actually picture how this zigzag pattern was happening. So you can see that first zig worked, but all the rest of the zags did not work. So I've just got to untangle those a little bit and fix up the weaving. And once as I said, once I get on the hang of that, it's quite simple. So all of the papers finish sticking under because they're going to be cut off and completely sealed into that little page, just as if this was one single piece of patterned paper. And it's a really gorgeous effect, and I really love the way it just kind of adds a little bit more to your page, so not just a piece of pattern paper. I'm not hugely confident with mixed media, so this is just another special way for me to be able to jazz up the backgrounds of my layouts. So I'm just working away, and you can see there that technique, or that weave is under 3 over 3 under 3 over 3, so that's quite easy. And they do sort of start to make a bit more sense as you keep going with the weaving. So I'm just about to jump to the end so you can see how it looks after I have finished doing the majority of the weave and just tying in that very last one, because it's a nice snug tight fit. Because the strips of pink paper are approximately all the same size, and then I cut all of these slices in the white paper all approximately the same size, or as close as I could to the same size, it meant that everything sort of fit together perfectly to make this perfect square. So there shouldn't be, if you keep it all the same size, there shouldn't be any gaps or any it looks quite nice on that side too, or any bit of cut where you couldn't fit another strip. It should all fit snugly and nicely into one big square. So I'm really happy with the way this worked out. As you can see, it's a little bit tricky getting that very last piece in because it is such a tight, snug fit. But once that was all done, I then cut the ends off and just sealed them in with a little bit of masking tape. You could also use washi, you could use double-sided tape, just whatever suits you. I just had masking tape in front of me, and it's quick and easy, and it doesn't sort of tear the paper or anything like that, so I just went with masking tape. And then you might want to stick down the inside strip from what you see at the front, because it can sort of flap up a little bit. So then I made a border. So I just cut some new strips of paper, using lots of strips in this layout, and stuck them together to make a square, and then I'm just sticking those onto the page. And I measured that by getting just a full 12 by 12 sheet and making that square of border first, so that I knew that it was the correct 12 by 12 size, so that it would fit inside my pocket. So there is my super cute photo of my sister and I using some Snapchat filters, and I've just backed the photo with white and then that really gorgeous flowery blue colour, and I'm just popping it up with some foam dots now, just to give that photo a little bit of dimension on the page. And then I will start my embellishing and adding and zhuzhing to this layout. So I'm really enjoying all of the really gorgeous stickers that have been included in the kit and the embellishment kit this month. They are so cute. I've just pulled out the little page of washi tapes there and putting that sort of border edging one onto the side of the photo, and then off screen I popped on my heading, or my title, which is just a really simple word, cute. I was really picky about this because I wanted the gold to get increasingly smaller, the beautiful rose gold that's at the top of those stickers to get increasingly smaller. So I chose to be really particular about which letter went where. Now, because we have so many stickers in this kit but not a lot of ephemera, I chose to put some stickers onto white paper and then fussy cut around those to sort of make my own ephemera. I found that a little bit easier to work with than working straight with the stickers, and sort of just used them as if they were paper ephemera instead. And for me, that was just a more simpler way to be able to place each thing where I wanted it and check where it was going first. I'm a little bit of a hesitant scrapbooker. I can't just put everything down and be like super excited that that was perfect. So I liked to cut it out and sort of fiddle with it and move it first. So as you can see, I did that with a few different pieces from both of the sticker books. I have the Amy Tangerine sticker book, not the Schimmel sticker book. I know that there were two that came in the main kit this month, and it was luck of the draw which one you got. So I am using parts of that, and I am using parts of the beautiful pink paisley sticker book that came in the embellishment kit. So using a whole mix of both of those two kits there to really get the full effect or full use of my kits for the month. So popping all those down, some things I am adding foam dots to give some dimension, some things I'm just sticking straight to the page, using a lot of the sort of girlier things like the washi tape and the glasses because I wear glasses, and the mobile phone because we're taking a selfie. You know, I liked to try and think about what I was putting on and the meaning for it. Sometimes you can't do that and you just put on any embellishment that kind of has matching colours or works. Other times, like this time, I was able to actually pick things that were more complementary and tied into the photo a little bit better, which is pretty cool. So I also dug into some of the puffy stickers because they were gorgeous and I had to use those. And I also dug into some of the really beautiful Corbett Creations little hearts and stars as well. I did contemplate adding with the wood veneer part, but I thought that might be a little bit much to put the wood veneer in, so I decided to go with some of the acrylic ones instead. I've just found a little spot on my page there, so just giving a little bit of cleanup. I want to put that So Good down in the bottom, which is one of Deb's beautiful designed cutouts. So just wanting to back that a little bit to give it a little bit more complementary colour and to pull in a little bit more of that bluey green colour, because I realised that even though I backed the photo in it, there's not a huge amount of that going on in the picture, in the layout. I chose that because the ears that Katie and I have on our head from the Snapchat filter, that blue kind of stands out a little bit from there, but then realized, that I didn't really include that much in the layout. I also have realized that I haven't used a lot of rose gold, but it's in the heading, so I want to pull in a little bit of rose gold if I can as well. So just popping down that little "oh yeah" saying, because that sounds about right. And I just pulled out just those 2 acrylic hearts and stars, and they're the gorgeous little copper or rose gold glitter ones that came in my little package. There's some gorgeous colours in there. I can't wait to use those. And just sticking those down with double-sided tape. Sometimes I use glue. Today I just went with double-sided tape because I had it on hand and it dries straight away. So there's a little mark in that side there where I've just put that little love heart. So I decided it was bothering me and I couldn't cope with it. So I am covering it up by putting some embellishments on there. And that also helps to tie in that rose gold that I wanted to add a little bit more of, which is great. So I am really getting close to finishing the embellishments here. I just want to get a few of those beautiful puffy stickers from the Maggie Holmes collection. And I know that I'm going to use the little love heart because I got love hearts going on here. So I put it kind of close to the love this because that writing is in black. Because I was a little bit worried about adding black, but by having the writing in black and then my glasses and then sort of the darker tones in the photograph, I think it's okay to have that tying in there, but not too much. And then I decide I want to use the little Think Happy, but that means that the love heart sticker is in the way. So I just carefully peel that up and move that down just a little bit so that it's a bit easier to see. And then a bit of Heidi Shine, and I don't have rose gold Heidi Shine, don't know if you can get rose gold Heidi Shine, but I have normal gold. So I just sprinkle on a little bit of that, not a huge amount, just a few little splatters in a few of the sort of more blank areas and key spots. And then I'm just about finished. I do just reach into my stash for one thing, and that is some enamel dots. So that's the only thing out of my stash that I have used for this layout, the enamel dots. I just decided I needed to pop a couple onto this layout to give it a little bit of colour. And I also wanted to jazz up that top left hand corner because I felt like it was a little bit sad and a little bit empty up there. So I pop a couple of the beautiful coloured enamel dots up there, matching in or tying in the colours of the really bright ears that Katie and I have on our head. So I was really happy with how this was looking and I was pretty much done. And then I made the rookie mistake of asking advice from somebody else, and they suggested it wasn't finished and it needed a doodly border. So I came back the next day with my fine tip markers and just popped on a little doodly border to help tie it all together and finish it off and just give it that polished look. And the idea with the black there, black pen, it also ties in with the love this and the black love heart and the sort of darker tones that are going on throughout the layout. You may also be able to tell that I put a little date stamp just down in the bottom left corner. I put that on all my layouts just to remind myself what date it was taken on, because I don't put journaling onto this page. The journaling that goes with this page is in my Project Life spread that's right next to the layout. So there we are. It is finished. I hope you have enjoyed watching it. I really loved it. I think it is really cute. These papers are just gorgeous and all those stickers are amazing. So I'm really looking forward to getting into my kit a little bit more and making a few more bits and pieces. I really love the texture that the weaving adds into the papers there. So I hope you enjoy it as well, and maybe you can give this a try yourself on one of your layouts. There are so many different weaving patterns or techniques that you can try to jazz up your own background. So I hope you like it. Stay tuned for more videos, and thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Bye guys.